Once in the forest you'll find a fabulous banquet, a fairy ball. If you close your eyes and you open your mind, the veil disappears and you'll see it all.
Hi my angels, it's Haley Reese, and oh my, have I missed you guys so much. It's absolutely ridiculous. I typically only go like maximum 2 days without uploading, and this was 5. It's felt like a lifetime. I have missed you guys so very much, and I am so happy to be back on here sharing some spooky stuff, some experiences, and just talking with you guys, because dang, my life does not feel complete when I am not doing this for you guys. Now, if you follow me on any social media, if you don't, all of it's in the description. Go ahead and give me a follow. You see things first, you hear things first, and you get to vote on stuff. You guys will know that I have been in Los Angeles, California for the past week. I have been working on some things that I can't disclose to you guys right now, but you have no idea how excited I am to eventually share with you and how big these things are for our family here on the internet. You guys have no idea. I am so excited, but I was so busy that I didn't get to filming any videos or even uploading any videos. And on top of that, I filmed the worst vlog ever, where I just filmed like little ridiculous things from each day, and I'm like, nobody wants to see this. So here I am back today with a spooky story, and this is one that has occurred since I've been in LA, and it is creepy and it is eerie, and I thought, what better way to come back onto my channel than to share a personal paranormal experience. So without further ado, let's get into this, because trust me you guys, this was just absolutely creepy, and I've been thinking about it all week. So I headed out to LA with both Sarah and my mom. If you guys watched the 31 Days of Halloween, you guys would know very well who Sarah is, and you guys obviously know who my mama is, and we set out to Los Angeles to work on some really crazy big things that are coming up for you guys, for us, for this channel, just everything. And we decided to stay in this one particular hotel close to like everything to kind of give Sarah this experience, because Sarah's only been to LA. This is her second time. So we get into this hotel, and right away I kind of sense that it has like a history to it. I get this vibe now that I've traveled to like all of these different spiritual locations, both good and bad, where I can kind of tell right when I get into somewhere, okay, this could have some shenanigans going on. So right away when I get in there, I kind of sense this, and I asked both my mom and Sarah, and they both described it as really just like a stuffy room. So we were constantly opening up the windows because there was like this like heaviness, this stuffiness, but I mean, it was nothing worth leaving the hotel over. Now, our first night there, I was absolutely exhausted. We began traveling super early in the morning from Toronto to LAX, or Los Angeles, is actually like a 5-hour flight. And we were stranded at the dock on the plane for an hour and a half before we even took off. And once we landed, we were like 9 planes behind to deboard. So I was exhausted by the time the nighttime came on that first day that we've been here. And I was just really looking for a good night's sleep. Now, the very first night, I kept sensing that there was like something standing next to me around the bed. And I had some really super strange dreams, and it kind of felt like between the feeling of being watched by like these shadows and these dreams that I was having, that it may have been more of like a paranormal experience. But due to my exhaustion, due to my lack of needing to find a ghost that night, I honestly just like slept through it, although I kept waking up throughout the entire night. And it was a pretty horrible sleep. Now, the following morning, my mom goes ahead and says that she had a really, really creepy dream revolving around me. Basically, I'm not gonna go too much into the dream because this is about the little boy that I eventually and inevitably come across on one of our nights here. But my mom had this dream where like there was some sort of like black magic put on me, like what happened back in the day. And then somebody was trying to help me, and I was being cured of this to move on to something greater. And like I started throwing up like bunny rabbits and stuff. It was the weirdest thing. She was terrified when she woke up. But when we searched, like that kind of symbolism could represent new beginnings, like positive new beginnings and things like that. But my mom had a pretty creepy dream. My mom's not a big dreamer. She dreams every now and again. She doesn't necessarily not dream, but she's not like me. I do not miss a dream any night. In fact, I have like multiple dreams. So like I said, all of these like kind of strange little things are happening now. Like typically when I've stayed in haunted locations, like things will turn up missing and like really odd things like that will happen, and none of that was happening. It just seemed that around or close to 3 a.m. one of the three of us was waking up with like a scary dream. One of us was just unable to sleep, period. Or me, the strangest of all three of us, was like sensing shadows and thinking that I was seeing things. So you're probably wondering where on earth the little boy in the title comes from. He is the strangest of all, and he is something that I still cannot really wrap my head around. So I'm laying in bed, and as you guys know from the 31 days of Halloween, it's like I see things more in rooms when Sarah and my mom are there. If you guys have any theories on why that could be, what I mean by this is I see things all the time and I sense things all the time, but when I travel with other people, typically like it doesn't happen to me. But anytime I travel with like Sarah, with my mom and I, weird things happen. So if you have any theories on that, make sure to drop a comment down below, because I have tried to like piece together why that could be, and I'm unable to. But as you guys know, in the 31 days of Halloween, I would wake Sarah and my mom up and tell them that I was seeing things, and I was so adamant beyond waking up that they were there. This is exactly what happened on, I believe it was, maybe Tuesday night or Wednesday night, one of those nights this week. So I remember I was laying in bed and I was having a really super difficult time sleeping. And I was sleeping right next to the window, and I could hear people outside, and it was kind of one of those nights where I'm constantly in and out of a real dreaming state. So like my brain is still semi-awake, I can still kind of hear things around me, but my body is asleep. Now, I'm laying in bed, I'm trying so hard to sleep, I cannot sleep, and eventually when I finally reach that like moment of sleeping, I'm awoke by a little boy in a red sweater at the end of the bed, and he's there and he's staring at me and he wants to be seen. Like when I tell you guys, he was blonde haired, he was wearing a red sweater, he was pretty tiny, I would say like 5 or 6 years old, maximum 7, but like really tiny, and he was standing there to the point where my half asleep brain, sleeping brain, thought that somebody with like a master key to our room had let a child inside of it. And I'm looking at this kid, and he literally, you guys, no word of a lie, does this little like giggle and runs towards like the door of our hotel room. Now next to the door of our hotel room, we have like our fancy clothes hanging up. So I'm looking over there, and I can still see this little boy, and I'm like, Sarah, wake up, there's a little boy in our room, wake up, there's a little boy in our room. And Sarah's like, what are you talking about? And I scared the life out of her. Like when I tell you guys she was terrified, she was terrified. And she sits up and she looks over there, and I can still see the little boy, but she cannot. And she tries to explain to me that I'm probably making a figure out of the clothes that are hanging near that door. But the height didn't add up, and it didn't really make sense. And they flipped the lights on, my mom put a flashlight on, everyone's looking, and there is in fact no little boy there. But to this moment in time where I am currently sitting here, I can tell you guys that I saw and heard the giggle of a little boy in this hotel room, and I have no explanation for it other than I have no idea. What a great explanation. I have no idea. I don't know why I tend to see these things, but one point I will mention to you guys is that when I looked at the clock, I had only been sleeping a half an hour. So I hadn't even fallen into like a deep dreamlike state. It was literally, I fell asleep and 30 minutes later I was like seeing things. Now here's where a skeptic could come in and argue, and I've thought about this too, that in the midst of my half dreamlike state and my half sleeping like state, I had seen a dream projecting into this physical realm. But it was so detailed, it was so realistic, and I just keep thinking about the fact that my brain thought that somebody had actually let their child into our hotel room. Like, that's what I was waking Sarah up for. I wasn't waking them up because of a ghost. I didn't think there was a ghost in the room. I thought it was an actual child, which is just really, really strange to me, and it's really freaky considering that we've all kind of had these weird experiences while staying in this hotel. Now, I don't believe this hotel is known for any paranormal activity. We were not staying there in order to find a ghost. I'm not even gonna say the name of the hotel, because the last thing I want is a reputable hotel to be upset that I've now made them a paranormal hotspot it's just really strange that we all felt this sense of stuffiness, this sense of like maybe something, but like nothing too strange was happening. And then I just saw this little boy in this red sweater with blonde hair, like clear as day, and he was like giggling and running to the door of the hotel room, to the point where, like I said, I genuinely believed that somebody had let their child into our room. For what purpose? I could not tell you. It was just the strangest experience, and it was strange because it was unanticipated and unexpected, which is what the paranormal tends to do to people. Well, you guys, that is my mini little story time as to what I've been enduring in my time here in LA. I think that some weird things definitely occurred. I think that I know what I saw, and whether or not there is a scientific explanation for it, and it was kind of a crossover between a dream and a physical, you know, state, it was still super, super strange. So this is where I turn to you guys, my Reese's Pieces, who I have missed so deeply and so sincerely, to drop some comments down below. Let me know, why do you guys think that when Sarah travels with my mom and I, and we're all three of us together, I tend to wake up and see things so realistically in the room? Like, I am not kidding you guys. And why do you think it is that this happened? Do you guys have any theories? Do you have anything? Drop it down below. And if you don't have any theories or any thoughts on this, just say hi in the comments below, because my goodness, I missed you guys so much. Like, this is, oh, this is great just to be talking to you guys again. I'm just like, I miss you guys. Now I'm being corny and cheesy, but you guys know how much this family means to me, and I just know that I don't think it's possible for me to ever go this long without filming and editing and uploading ever again. If you guys are new to my channel, or you are just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy the content that I create, I would absolutely love it and appreciate it if you would go ahead and click that subscribe button. This is a growing family. It is, in my humble opinion, the best family here on YouTube. I love this family so sincerely and so very much. So if you enjoy my content, click that subscribe button, become a Reese's Pieces. And if you did enjoy today's video, please give it a big thumbs up, because I missed you guys. And I just love to see when you guys enjoy my videos. So please do that. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until next time, I love you.